Alright guys, welcome to a Sephora haul mini. I have a much larger one coming soon because they sucked me in, guys. They're like, if you sign up for a Sephora credit card, we'll give you 25% off your first purchase. And I think it's like 4% cash back, which is actually really good. So, and there's lots of cloud movement today, so there's that. So one disclaimer, two disclaimers, third disclaimer, I have some redness here. I do not have sensitive face skin, but my body just reacts quickly to fabrics it doesn't like, and I, at the beginning of January, literally wore something that was a little irritating to my skin, and now even in February it still like continues to like get better, get worse, get better, get worse. But okay, so I'm probably the last person to talk about this, but it's the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. I have mine in the shade 4N. I get 4N in every like base product that she comes out with, and it's always a really good match. I feel like the reviews on this are quite split. There's the people who really like it, which I find are people who have generally pretty good skin to begin with. Maybe they have drier skin. Combo, maybe it works. But I feel like anyone that's like dealing with pores or texture, this does nothing. And I don't know if it claims to do anything for your pores, but it definitely doesn't. It doesn't make anything worse, but it doesn't make anything better. So I have this on. I have been using it on and off. I've had it for like maybe a month and a half, and I like it. I don't love it. I'm not like wanting to reach for this all the time, but when I use it, I do like it. It is kind of like at the forefront of like my vanity as far as like things I'm trying to use and test out. The wear time on this is not particularly amazing. I think on me, I have dry skin, especially now that it's winter. It just lasts an average amount of time. I'd say like 5-6 hours. It can look pretty good, and then after that, depending on if you have a pore situation, your pores will probably not necessarily, well, maybe enhanced, but just everything's not going to look as perfect as when it went on. It's definitely not transfer proof, so if you're wearing a mask, it's going to be all up in your mask. And I'm just going to mention the thing that everyone else is, it's oddly thicker than you would expect for a foundation that like appears to be like a natural skin glowy kind of look thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of in the middle. I personally wear it and I like it, but I know that this is probably not going to be for everyone. I do want to try the new NARS foundation. Very excited for that. I decided to try out the Kosas Cloud Set as well as the concealer. This, I got the shade Breezy. I do like it. I have it on today. I use this brush. Any kind of generally, especially pressed powder product, I'll use the Sonia G, what do we call this brush? The Face One, and I just to set, you know, the makeup. But I do think if you use a dry sponge or a puff, you will get more of that blurring effect. Like this, when I use it just to set my makeup, is, you know, very light layer. But when I actually press this into my skin with a more solid flat surface, it definitely does more for the pore area. And that's what I did in this area of my face. So it looks a little blurred and poreless. I'm not saying this is like the most amazing powder ever, but it is really, really good. And if you really are just trying to maybe mattify or blur out your pore area, a lot of matte, light matte, maybe almost satin matte type powders will do that exact thing for you. I know this has gone kind of viral on TikTok. I mean, there's like, you know, people press it onto their skin. It definitely does do that. But a lot of other powders also do it. But I wanted to give this brand a try again because I tried out their bronzers. I didn't really like it. When they came out with their original foundation, the like oil one, I didn't really like that either. It's great as a mixer. I have picked up the new foundation, so I'm really excited to try that. The concealers, when it first came out, I picked up shade 4. It was so yellow. And I was like, I hate this. I honestly hate this. The match was so off and it was so yellow that I didn't even bother like truly testing it. I was just like, I don't like this. But I still see people talking about this, and this concealer's been out for, I would say, over a year. And if people are still talking about something, then I'm like, I need to revisit it because I must have maybe did not give it a fair chance. So I first picked up shade 3.5. It was still too yellow, but it still looked good, and I could finally get to appreciate how excellent this concealer is. It is marketed as a eye cream plus concealer. I definitely think that vibe is like there. So I started off with 3.5. I was like, I still think I can get a better match. So I got shade 3, and 3 is perfect. It's what I have under my eyes. I can use 3.5 on my face, so I might just end up keeping both of them. Shade 3, 3.5. I can even mix them. I haven't tried using this as foundation yet, but again, we have the foundation incoming. I got shade 170. We'll see if that's a good match. It's kind of hard to match online, also knowing that how yellow things run in this line. On the lips, we have the Makeup by Mario Plumping Lip Serum. I have Rose Glow and Apricot Glow. Apricot Glow is what I have on the lips. I did not put any lip liner on today. I just kind of wanted to let the lip product be, you know, on its own. And I love these. I think they're really nice. I understand the hype behind them because, you know, he's heavily promoting them on his like Instagram and his social media, but I haven't seen a single bad review on this. They really are that good. I will say the two things I noticed is you can actually see like the glitters in them when you look at it. I don't think it necessarily translates on the lips. I don't see it. It doesn't feel gritty. So that's a plus. And then the other thing, I mean, a plus and a minus. The other kind of con is you cannot swivel this back down. Once you click up something, that's where you're at. But I did kind of test out to see where the cap ends. Where you think the cap ends, that's where the cap ends. There's not like excess like material here. So even if you were to kind of twist this up a lot, I still don't think you'd hit the top. So you're not gonna smush the top of your lip product, which we hate. So here are swatches, Apricot and Rose. They're both really pretty. I feel like I actually use the Rose one more, which is, you know, again, we like pink now. That kind of lip product is totally like my thing. I love the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip. I love the Sephora Melting Lip Click. I don't know, is this discontinued yet? And then the Charlotte Tilbury Happy Peach, like the whole like kind of Happy Kiss line. They're all the same kind of products. Like I've kind of, oh, sorry, there's like a floofy. I picked up the Melt Cosmetics Smoke Sessions. This is like a random purchase. It's an older palette of theirs. And I have been using it again for maybe about a month and a half. I love it. I initially didn't pick it up because I wasn't sure if I would like these shades, but I love them. They're really, really pretty. I have a good amount of these eyeshadows on my eyes today. I mix the two mattes a lot to create depth. I do have a combination of these two to create the shimmer on my lid. And the remaining lower lash line are some K-Beauty products I'm gonna show you, but here is a close-up of the eye makeup today. We have a lot of intense lash going on today. I mean, more intense than what I've been wearing recently, but I really like the look. I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of depth on the outside, and then, you know, we have our shimmer on the lids. So to talk about the lower lash line, I actually have these. I'm gonna include some like K-Beauty stuff because I've also been testing it out and I don't know that it warrants its own video, or, you know what I mean? So these are the I'm Mimi multi-cubes and they're so tiny. I don't know what I can compare it to for you. Okay, well, here's a lip product. This is like the size of the Laneige container, and they're really small. And I think they're excellent if you're someone that likes to keep makeup in your purse for touch-ups, or even if you're gonna travel. So I have a couple shades here. There's 4 in total. This one is called All About Chocolate. 4 eyeshadows and a blush. And then this one is called All About Juicy Peach. 4 shadows and a blush. This is the blush I have on today. So here are swatches. Here's the All About Chocolate. Very pretty, easy to wear, and then that's the blush, which is incredibly light, which I found kind of odd. I think it could have been just a hair darker because these shades aren't super, super light either. This is the All About Peach, and then this is the blush in it. So pretty. So all of the shades are pretty soft. They are pigmented in a way that what you see in the pan is what you get. And it does translate on the eyes. So I've been using these on and off and I really like them. I'm generally not like a K-Beauty eyeshadow wearer or like recommender to you guys. I think where K-Beauty shines as far as makeup goes, There's some BBs and CCs that I like. Powders, like face powder, maybe just the Eclipse. I really love that one, or the ones from that brand. And then contour is excellent. Any kind of blush, whether it be cream, liquid, powder. Bronzers, I wouldn't say necessarily recommend because it's not something they care about as much as they do say a contour or blush. And eyeshadows are kind of very hit and miss. And the ones that are hits, they're kind of all the same. Like you don't get the amount of like texture and finish and say color and pigmentation, like deviation, like wide spectrum that you'd get in like the Western market. So just putting that out there. To circle back to this lip balm, it's the I'm From Honey Lip Balm. This is so good. I had bought the Laneige one in the pot. I'm on my second one and it's taking me a really long time to get through it because I just have veered away from pot products. I'm trying not to buy pot products a lot. Just, you know, like they just, anyway, I shouldn't say that. I just bought a whole bunch of like blushes that are kind of in that format from like Chanel, Aria Perez. But this, if you didn't tell me it was honey, I wouldn't know it really necessarily was a honey balm, but I've dug into it a good amount. I really like this. This is superior to the Laneige. So if you're in the market for another lip balm, I would highly recommend this one. Maybe it's not unscented, but whatever is there is so faint. Like when I'm opening it now, I don't smell it, but I'm sure if I were to apply it to my lips. Now this is better because I've used it day and night for as long as I've had it, maybe a few weeks. I love it. When I wake up in the morning, my lip, I have really dry lips and I feel like I'm constantly having to like peel little peelies off of them, and it's super annoying because when you're talking to people the whole time you're like, do my lips look gross, you know? So good. By itself is so beautiful. If you wanted to just put like a lip liner on and put this on top, it looks so good. It's very moisturizing and the shine is really pretty and it just does really good things for your lips. This is the Secret Key BB cover up. It's number 23. Again, I very rarely enjoy a lot of K-beauty based products. Again, there's some BBs and CCs. The Misha Imperfect cover and the Mise-en Snail BB, those are like my two kind of holy grails. And then there's a few cushions here and there that I enjoy using, but it's not, they don't end up being like my go-to base product. I would probably say my go-to base product is still the Tom Ford Soft Matte Traceless because I don't know, it's just it literally is probably the only all year round foundation that I can think of that I really enjoy wearing. And this I almost feel like could be a very close second. So I'll insert a clip of me wearing this. I was wearing it obsessively for like 2 weeks, like every day. And then I kind of like, you know, went in and out of it. So I'll put it on again later and I'll like insert a clip so you can see the finish. It's very, very pretty. Okay, so we have the Secret Key on. It's a very, very pretty complexion product. It's not matte, it's not glowy, it's just somewhere in between. I have highlighter on here. It's the Rodin Oleoso. It's an old one. Yes, so that is the Secret Key in number 23. So a few other things I've been trying out. This is the newest one to my collection. It is the Kate, is it Kate? Well, it's the Integrate Eyebrow. There's a liquid on one side and a powder on the other. Let me give you swatches. I got this because I became very into microblading like eyebrow pens that have a stain. The first ones I tried were from, I think it's Tony Moly. Tony Moly 7 Days Perfect Tattoo Eyebrow. I think I picked this up from YESSTYLE a while ago. Used it, didn't really like it. And then like didn't even think about it. Didn't like it, just it didn't wow me. And then one day I grabbed it again and I put it on and I realized when I was removing my eye makeup like and my like brow makeup that this had left a stain, and I was like, this is amazing. Because even though my eyebrows are microbladed, they're still not the shape that I want. And I can't go without filling them in because they actually don't look similar. I don't know, I can't get into it. It's like my second time getting microbladed. Okay, so here are the swatches. This is from the Integrate brand. That's the powder, that's the pen. And then this is 3 and 4 from Tony Moly. So 3 is what I generally put in my brows. I'll fill my whole brow in that way. It's kind of light, and then I'll go in with the darker pen just to draw a few more hairs here and there. So today I have like a combination of these two on. And I think it just looks really pretty. Like, you know, up close you can see, I didn't buff that out really that well for you, but I also knew I was gonna film today. So when I'm filming, I like to do things just a little more exaggerated so it looks better on camera. But, you know, if I wasn't filming, I would have blended it out and it would look more hair-like up close. But I'm a big fan of these. If you're into eyebrow pens and you like a staining effect, highly recommend. The darker ones also would work great if you're like someone that would prefer your eyeliner to stay all day and don't mind it staining your skin for like a night or so. So I'm really into those. I have a couple hair cover-up, gray cover-up type products. Cora, this is for you. I had talked about a whole bunch of gray cover type products at some point, and she had DM'd me and was like, have you tried these? And these were already in like my YESSTYLE wish list, so I was kind of like, I mean, I've been looking pretty hard at them. So I decided to purchase them, and this one I was so excited about because essentially you have a sponge tip, which is what I actually really like for filling in like larger areas. And then the product is inside here, so you just, you know, you get the product like that. And then on the other side, there's a brush that you can buff the product out. I thought this was gonna be like my holy grail. I even picked up a brown one that hasn't even come in yet. I don't like this. Y'all, the theory, great. In application, no. I don't get that much cover up. Like when I try to cover my roots up, it doesn't cover that much and it's not buildable. So I'm sad. From the same brand. Oh, the brand is Re-Ray. I think that's how you pronounce it. Quick Hair Cover Stick. This one, however, is excellent. Same brand. It's their hair cushion. And you have a cushion applicator as well as a little literal cushion. The product in here is so good. I don't know if the product in here is the same as in the stick, but based on like how it applies, I really think this one is so much better. So good. It's just not as convenient, right? Like I really don't want to put this in my purse, you know what I mean? Whereas that one is what that's been what I've been wanting, you know? So with this, I either apply it with the actual cushion or I grab like a sponge like this, not a sponge, a brush. This is from Kagendo, and I'll like get it into the powder, and it's so easy to kind of like do that. I just really like it. Or if I'm like at home, like doing my makeup, I'll use a brush like this. This is like a Smashbox, maybe like, highlighting. And again, I'll get it into the product. And because of the way the bristles are, it just kind of puts the cover up in very nicely. And that's what I kind of have in the hair today. So guys, do you remember when I did that video on hair loss? I don't think it's growing back yet. We are, I would say, between 5 and 6 months after having surgery, and I'm just like, ugh. And I've just been seeing a lot of things on hair loss recently with women, especially with getting the COVID vaccine. I have both vaccines and a booster, and I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok of women talking about hair loss because of that. So I'm just like, is it that? Is it because I had surgery? With my first 2 shots, I didn't really notice anything, but then I had surgery. Literally the day after I had surgery, I would get up and just see hair everywhere. And then I got my booster in January, something like that, early January, or was it late December? Regardless, this time frame, my hair has just been falling out like crazy. I really hope it's what someone had mentioned, and a lot of things that I've been seeing. It's like that telogen effluvium, where it's just you're losing hair out of stress, and then it eventually self-corrects, and then your hair will be normal again. I don't know. I got like a full weft in the back to create volume. I filmed a couple videos recently. I mean, I really didn't want to upload them because I felt like I looked so like bare, but I'm like, whatever. I mean, this is just what we're going through right now, so it's fine. It's fine. There's this thing on being on social media, you feel like you can never look perfect enough, and in my mind I understand that like no one is perfect looking, but I think when you are talking about beauty, when you're in the beauty space and you're talking about hair, skin, makeup, nails, like when you come on here looking even semi undone, it's like, why would you take advice from someone who, you know what I mean? And I know it's just not true. We all have like ups and downs. Sometimes our hair looks really great. Sometimes our skin is doing really well, you know, like, anyway, so is that everything? That was a long tangent. Oh, last but not least, I can't believe this. Okay, so the Neogen mascara, the extra volume curl, this crazy viral on TikTok, and I picked it up when it was around like $19, $20, and I probably had a code and whatnot. YESSTYLE always has a code. But right now this is retailing for around like $38, $39, $40 over or plus. I'm not saying to go pick it up for that, but when the price dips down again, highly recommend. I'll link it where I can find it. It's sold at various retailers. It might have gone out of stock for a while, but it's a kind of a heavy well, and the applicator is metal. And I don't know how it does it, but it makes your lashes look amazing. It separates them, it lengthens them. For me personally, I don't get a ton of volume because I actually don't have very voluminous lashes, but when I watch people put it on, people who do have volume, I think it definitely voluminizes a little bit, but it definitely extends. And it just looks so good. And for people who have smaller eyes, this applicator is so good, because even with traditional mascara wands or even like the more plastic silicone type brushes, there's still, even at the taper, it's still kind of large for like my eyes. Like when I'm trying to get into the corners, it's still a little difficult. I can be more precise, but with this, I'm not even worried about it. And I'm way less worried about poking my eye. You know, there's no bristles on here. So I don't know the magic in here. There has to be some kind of combination of the formula and little fibers, but it's beautiful. I love wearing it. Upper lashes, I'm very comfortable with not putting false lashes on. I mean, I'm in general comfortable. I don't wear false lashes every day, but this makes my lashes look really good, like as good as they can look with mascara. And then the bottom lashes, again, it's very good at separating. I have it on the lower lash line and the upper lash line, but you're probably not gonna see it. I mean, do you see, like, that's not false lashes, like those are my lashes, and that usually just doesn't happen for me. And then the lower lash line, I don't know, you really can't see much there, but and if you watch me, you know we don't talk about high-end mascaras. We buy Maybelline Colossal Cat Eyes. That's it. The yellow tube. It's in every single Empties video. I go through one every couple months. I try other mascaras like from the drugstore, and they're, you know, here and there. Like there's CoverGirl does a good one. L'Oreal, actually, do I have any L'Oreals that I love? No. Maybelline Lash Sensational, I like that one. But we don't go a high end. I try a whole bunch. You know, mascara samples are a very common sample to receive in a purchase. I try a lot. Do I ever talk about them? No. I'm not here to recommend expensive mascaras, but this is really, really good. It's really good. And I mean, packaging wise, it could be obviously excessive, and this is very heavy. Like it's almost like a ceramic. It feels like a matte ceramic, but it's nice. Like I really like this. Anyway, end of video. This is old. This is from Bailey 44. It is a very cool top, and the earrings are, I don't know, maybe New York and Company. And scene. Okay, see you in the next video.